Hello, Tomies, and welcome to Saulum's Column 16. Here you will have 5-star reviews at the end of this Saulum's column. And to begin with, we will start with some little advertising, I guess you could say, for our Ko-Fi page. It's been a while since I've talked about our Ko-Fi page, at least some of the features on it, and I wanted to highlight some of those features. Um, we have a Ko-Fi page that helps you guys support us uh, financially a little bit. All this money that gets given to the Ko-Fi helps us get better equipment, helps us possibly go to conventions and meet you guys in the wild, that we could say. It also helps us gain opportunities to advertise on other shows and to spread our name. As I said before, the best way that you guys can support us is by word of mouth. You guys telling your friends, telling your family, sharing our show on social medias, which you have done a fantastic job. I just and this is just a reminder of different ways that you can support us in certain ways. Some of the features that we've talked about before was the DM deep dives where I go through all the episodes and give you the nitty-gritty, the background of how I planned for the episode, how it happened, and what I learned from that episode and how to be a better DM through learning going back and kind of hindsight 2020 what I should have done better and whatnot. There are also post shows there where we record about 2 to 3 episodes every session that we get together to record. And at the end of those, we do a post show and talk about what happened during those episodes, what was going on in our minds and everything. And so there's tons of different little things like that on our Ko-Fi page, which you can find in the show notes and also ko-fi.com/ Tomes of the Chaos Bard. And the Ko-Fi is ko-fi.com/ Tomes of the Chaos Bard. But some features that some people may not know or may have forgotten are 4 of them, and those can be found in our commission sections. So, one of those features, which some of you may be familiar with, is the Dear Boudreaux. So, the Dear Boudreaux is it's almost like the Dear Abby comments or columns that some of the older generation would understand that reference. But Dear Boudreaux is you ask him for advice. You ask him to solve a dilemma in your life. And that can range from different subjects and everything. And you can put those in a request through our Ko-Fi page. They're at least $1, or if you join one of our tiers, you get one free one for Dear Boudreaux. Elsie is always so excited to do the Dear Boudreaux, so make sure you turn those in. And if you have done Dear Boudreaux and we have not answered them, we apologize for one. But send us an email at chaosbardpod@gmail.com just to remind us, and we'll go find it and get it done for you on our next Solemn's column. Another one that we've talked about before is our Feed the Cast. Our Feed the Cast is you can donate any amount of money that you want to record or that you want to donate, and we will give you a special shout out on those episodes that you help provide a meal for us. So, and we always appreciate those. It's a great way that you guys can join our table for that. We've had people that were local that actually came over and cooked for us, which we've been very appreciative of, and it gets you a little special one-on-one time with the cast itself. So that's been really fun experiences. But you can go to our Ko-Fi page and help feed the cast that way. Another special thing that you can do that not a lot of people have done is called a sending spell. So this is a sending spell, and this is very similar to the sending spell in D&D, where you can write a short message about 25 words or less, and we will say it on the show. So if you wanted to wish somebody a happy birthday, if you wanted a certain character or cast member to give a certain message to somebody, it could be an advertisement or promoting your own work. Any kind of simple message for whatever kind you want, you can do a sending spell. And those ones are about $1 each or pay what you want. But if what you want to do is a little more wordy than 25 words or less, we have one called the extended sending spell. So this one is a little more wordy, and it can range on price depending on how many words and what you're advertising for. So that one ranges the minimum of $3 and up. And that is one that you will just email us and we'll talk about it. But you can request that there on our Ko-Fi page. And that's the same thing as the regular sending spell. It can be for advertising your own show, advertising a product that you have, or an extended birthday wish, or any kind of message you want to give to somebody that can be provided there. If it is a time sensitive one, as in you want to get it as close to a date that you want, email us and we'll talk about it because we do record our episodes in advance. So a lot of our episodes are we're like 5 to 6 episodes ahead of the ones we release. So we'll make special accommodations to make sure that whatever date that you want it released on or closest to when we release, it gets on that particular episode for you. Again, guys, it doesn't matter how you support us. We are so thankful for any way that you support us through, just sharing us, as I mentioned before, sharing us with your friends, family, socials, and even a few of you that are members on our Ko-Fi page that get those special DM deep dives and the post shows. Thank you so much for that support. That helps us keep our equipment up to date. As in a few years ago, we got brand new mics, and it helps us keep the show running without any expense from our pocket. And we really appreciate that. It's been so humbling for all your support that you've done for us over the years. And just a big thank you for that. Well, without further ado, the reason why you've listened to this so far is for the 5-star reviews. So, without further ado, I will send this over to Saulum, the Chaos Bard, to read those 5-star reviews. Well, here we are again for those 5-star reviews. Here I am, Saulum, the Chaos Bard, here to give those 5-star reviews you guys have been so generous to give. So let's get to it. The first one I have says, amazing. This is my favorite podcast. I found out about from my friend and have been listening to it ever since. P.S. Tood is the leader. And that comes from Bog. Just Bog. Thank you, Bog. Just Bog, for that lovely review. The next review we have is from Fondest Squash. Ooh, Squash of the Fondest. This one says, Light of my day. This podcast is the best podcast I have listened to ever. Every time I have a hard day, or really any day, I can always look forward to laughing and forgetting about the day while I listen to this. All the characters are so detailed and amazing, their backstories intertwined with the campaign. That is a hard thing to achieve. And speaking of the campaign, it's almost like a literal book. All of the twists and turns and cliffhangers leave me dying to know what's next. I'm always making references to the things that the characters do and telling almost everyone I know to listen to it. Well, that is one great way to spread the news of our show, is by telling everyone to listen to it. And thank you so kindly for those words. It is a hard thing to weave the stories together. It is a great fondness of me to do. So thank you. The next one we have is from Work Today, Loser. Whew. Oh, that's not very kind now, Work Today, Loser. Or Losser. It's probably Losser. You better get to work today, Losser. We are falling behind on the project. This one says, fantastic family-friendly podcast. This is a great family-friendly podcast with a character for everyone in your own family to follow. Well, thank you, Losser. The next one we have is from Count Login. Oh, well, my liege. Thank you, my lord, for leaving us a 5-star review. Say hello to the Countess for me, too. Amazing show! This is my favorite podcast I found out about from my friend, and I have been listening to it ever since. Well, thank you, Count Login. The next one comes from Frogtoad Dutz. Ooh, that must be a DJ. frog toad. Deuce, 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 deuce. Ribbit. One of the best. This one is one of my favorite podcasts, along with iCast Fireball, Improv Tabletop, Power Word Crit, Make Believe Heroes, Stack of Dice, Guaranteed Adventurers, and Titans of Alterra. Keep it up! The Blue Potato, Wink Wilhelmina. Well, thank you so much, and that is such an honor to be among those other great podcasts that you have named. Next is from Nepium. This reads, Best of the best. You all are amazing! All the voices, all the character development, and the overall planning of it all. This has inspired me to write my own Dungeon and Dragon stories, and has cheered me up on the worst of days. Thank you so much for a wonderful impact on so many young listeners' lives. Well, thank you. And it is also touching, as Fonda Squash has said as well. That is one of our goals, is to brighten up your day, and I am glad that it has helped you in this. And this one is from Kandari. And it reads, A beautiful show. This is one of my favorite shows. It's tied for first in another D&D podcast I listen to. I like it so much that I binge listened to the show and got all the way caught up in 2 to 3 weeks. Wow, that is a lot of binging there. It's a really good family-friendly D&D podcast that is also really entertaining. P.S. Boudreaux is one of my favorite characters, so pun was definitely intended in the title. Yes, that is a beautiful pun. This next one comes from smiley face emoji, upside down smiley face emoji, diamond diamond, upside down smiley face emoji, and regular smiley face emoji. And it says, Star star, star 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 star, star star, star star star, star star, star star, star star star, star star, star star, star star, star star star, star star star, star star star, star star, star star star, star star star, star star, star 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 star, star 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 star, star star, star star, star star star, star star. Well, thank you so much for all those stars. Hopefully I named them all. There was quite a few of those stars. And for you, you get a golden star as well. And our last one has come from a guy who overthinks usernames. And it says, 10 out of 10. Absolutely amazing. Total perfection. One might even say mediocre. Mediocre? Maybe I pronounced it wrong. Maybe it's mediocre. It must be French for fantastic. Love this podcast so much. I really like how all of the characters work together, and even if they fight, the players know the reasons behind it. I love their party dynamic and how Tick was worked in with Fenrir instead of randomly showing up with total confusion. Can't wait to see the new character. Star star, star star, star. Oh, and obviously, the family-friendly part is a huge plus. Well, indeed it is. Overthinks username. Well, that is the end of our 5-star reviews. Please continue to submit those 5-star reviews wherever you can, on any podcast platform you can. Even you could do it on our YouTube channel, and we will find it there as well. Thank you guys so much for those 5-star reviews and for sharing your lovely messages with us. If you would like to continue to share such lovely things and be in communications with us, please send us a message on chaosbardpod@gmail.com and continue with your lovely lives as we unroll the scroll to tell the tale.